First in high definition from the station on your side, this is WAVY News 10.
This night before Thanksgiving, we're on your side tracking the weather and holiday traffic. And there's a good reason, because many are on the road here and in the sky headed out for the long holiday weekend. And McNamara will help you find the cheapest and fastest route in a minute. But first, what will nature do? Chief Meteorologist Don Slater standing by in the Super Doppler 10 Weather Center. The floor is yours.
Why, thank you. And the weekend is yours because it looks really, really good. I want to show you what's going on throughout the area right now. I got to show you this because just a brilliant, brilliant sunset going on right now out through the area. And we're not likely to see our skies clear off real rapidly. Now, we're seeing some break in the cloud cover right now into the western portions of our viewing area, but it'll be a while before we clear off totally. But we will clear off totally for tomorrow. The only rain remaining is across the Outer Banks. Even the Manteo area pretty well done with rain. Well, yeah, a little bit toward Wanchese and South Nags Head, but that's about it. As far as temperatures right now, we've got temperatures dropping on down. We did reach highs into the low 70s across much of the area. By tomorrow morning, it's likely to drop on down into the 40s, but tomorrow during the day, with lots of sunshine, it'll likely be into the upper 50s. We'll tell you more about what we can expect for our beautiful Thanksgiving Day and Thanksgiving weekend coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanksgiving travel got off to a rocky start this morning on the Eastern Shore. State police say a driver hit a state trooper. It happened on Route 13 just north of the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel at around 10 this morning. Trooper L. Farlow was parked in the grass checking for speeders when state police say 49-year-old Jose Evans ran off the road and hit the patrol car. Trooper Farlow's car spun out and landed in a ditch. The trooper and Evans were airlifted to Centera Norfolk General Hospital. A passenger in Evans' car also went to the hospital. The victim's injuries are not life-threatening. Police charged Evans with reckless driving. Tonight on WAVY News 10 at 6, hear the frantic call for help from the trooper's radio after the crash. It's often called the busiest travel day of the year. You'll hear little argument about this year. For the first time, holiday travel has seen a significant jump, both here in Hampton Roads and across the country. 10 on your side's Ann McNamara is live in Norfolk now. You're going to break down the numbers for us, Ann.
Tom, Hampton Roads travel is up 4% along with nationwide. And again, these numbers very significant when you consider that July 4th and Labor Day travel, those numbers were both down. Now, the vice president of AAA in this region says it seems that this holiday travelers really are starting to value their friends and family over frugality. Picture it, you're in the Navy, you haven't spent a holiday with your family in years, and finally, you're one tank of gas and a few hours from home. Are you going to leave right now?
Yes, I am, as soon as I get done with this slow pump.
Okay, maybe more than a few.
It's usually a 6-hour trip, and I'm expecting it to be at least 9.
That's because Bradley Eaton and his dog are taking the same mode of transportation as 90% of travelers across the country. Of course, they'd get there a lot faster by plane. The downside, airfare is up 20%. You wouldn't know it looking at the lines at Norfolk International Wednesday morning.
So I guess everybody's going home for the holiday, which is good.
AAA estimates air travel in the Commonwealth will be up nearly 2% this Thanksgiving.
I wanted to fly, but it's way too expensive.
She's cut the cost of her trip in half by taking the good old-fashioned way, the bus, and she's not alone. Buses and trains in Hampton Roads expecting to see a 15% jump.
Not only is it cheaper, but they're able, the travel expenses are cut in half, and they're able to far better enjoy the holidays for a rate that's affordable.
William Salam didn't get on a bus, but he's waiting for one with his family. The goal, to get them to the Thanksgiving table on time.
A big turkey. We got to buy like a big, something bigger than Walmart type of turkey.
That's why your Thanksgiving is feeling so great.
Yeah, it's feeling so great, and my pockets may feel it, but it's going to be worth the while.
And we met him earlier at this bus station behind me. We also met another man, a Norfolk man, who was waiting to meet his daughter. They've been separated for more than 10 years, and we caught that moment when they met. It's a very special one. You won't want to miss it. It's coming up at 6 o'clock tonight. For now, I'm live in Norfolk. Ann McNamara, 10 on your side.
And this is a national travel day, so we're going to look at Denver International Airport. This is live as travelers arrive and depart for Thanksgiving. Airfare, that's up 20% from last year. Tonight at 5:30, we're on your side with travel etiquette advice, how to make your flying experience more bearable for yourself and, of course, for the people around you. Tickets on most one-way Amtrak trips also climbed between 2% and 5%. Amtrak says it's working to make the heaviest travel day of the year as pleasant as possible. company plans to operate every passenger rail car in its fleet, but it's telling passengers to prepare for long lines and possible delays. Last year, nearly 135,000 passengers traveled on Amtrak the day before Thanksgiving. Now let's take another look at the highways through our WAVY traffic jam cams. Look at that. Lots of folks out there on the road. There's been a lot of folks on the road all day long. VDOT stopped construction until Monday to try to reduce backups during the busy holiday travel weekend. This is 64 at 15th View. Remember, you can check out the traffic jam cams anytime on wavy.com. Just click on the link at the top of the home page.
Well, investigators are looking at a fire in Smithfield that damaged several businesses. One of the viewers sent these pictures to reported at WAVY.com. Smoke and flames damaged the Hallwood Enterprises building and several adjoining businesses, including the Environmental Services Division of the Health Department, but no one was hurt. No one was hurt at Ingram's Auto Parts in Norfolk along East Indian River Road. That's where fire broke out before 11 a.m. Investigators are still looking for that cause.
It's a case Hampton police refused to call cold, but for the past 2 years, they've searched for the gunman who killed a 30-year-old man and made no arrest. Now Kenneth Jackson's family and detectives plead for your help to solve the case and put a dangerous man behind bars. Katie Collette has details in this 10 on Your Side exclusive. Katie?
Nicole, this family's been through so much. In 2000, their oldest sister was killed by her husband, who they say police immediately captured and put in jail. Then in 2009, their middle brother, Kenneth, shot to death outside their father's home. Now, 2 years later, they still wait for the call, telling them police caught his killer. Kenneth Bay Jackson, always able to make his family laugh.
He's like, look, the baby is fine. It's you. Yeah, yeah. Which probably sounds something like, man, he fine, it's just you.
His personality still fills his family's home.
Crazy. Definitely crazy. You know, a lot of fun. You're, typical boy, all boy. He always loved joking on Debbie. Yeah. He would just make us laugh all the time about her.
His best friend, mother, and sisters hang on to memories. It's all they have left of the man they so loved.
October 6th, 2009.
The date Bay's joyful light went out. The day Deborah Hunter got a call from her daughter that changed her life.
Bay is shot. I'm like, huh? She said, no, he's dead. I said, I just couldn't say anything,
Bay shot to death in front of his father's Hampton home on West Weaver Road. 2 years later, his killer roams free, never identified.
There's no closure yet whatsoever, so it's basically just reliving it every day.
This is what we call a working book. This has to do with all the research we've done.
Detective Stephen Rohde working the case since the day it happened.
We're currently still reviewing some DNA evidence from what was collected that night. We've got some other evidence we've since come across that we're having sent to the lab.
Rohde hoping more people come forward with even the smallest detail, including Bay's father and brother, with Bay moments before he was shot.
We're just hoping that finally one day they'll open up and be able to tell us if they really truly know anything to help us, find the person who murdered their son.
Kenneth Jackson, a loving father, fiance, son, and brother, buried 2 years ago. Now all his family wants is for him to finally be at peace.
I think we need to find the last piece before he can truly rest, I think he wants us to know who did it.
Now, Jackson's family thinks someone knows something, but is afraid to come forward out of fear of retaliation. So they want to emphasize, call the crime line. It works. Remember, when you call, you never have to give your identity, you never give your phone number, and you will never be called to testify in court. Katie Collette, 10 on Your Side.
Another scam targeting your personal financial information tonight at 5:30, all new, where crooks are using skimming devices to get access to your bank account.
Let the holidays begin. 10 is on your side tonight. Check this out. We are ready to take this turkey and put it into the deep fryer. We're going to help you do it the right way. Stay with us.
A hovering helicopter suddenly crashed to the ground. We'll tell you what happened and how the pilot is doing. Wow.
You're watching WAVY News 10 at 5 with Tom Shad, Nicole Libas, and Super Doppler 10 Chief Meteorologist Don Slater.
No other way to say this. A sticky situation halted Thanksgiving travelers. This is from a leaking valve on a tanker. It spread driveway sealant over a 40-mile stretch of the Pennsylvania Turnpike outside Pittsburgh. That's a pretty thick, gooey mess. It stuck to the wheels and tires of more than 150 vehicles. Some state police and turnpike maintenance vehicles also had to be towed away when they got stuck. Crews used sand to clean up the mess, and the turnpike, we understand, is now clear. Police say the driver of the tanker truck will be cited for not properly securing his load.
The car crash in Washington. The car crashed down an embankment and ended up vertical against a tree. The man inside was not seriously hurt. That's surprising. A helicopter helping to install a Christmas tree in New Zealand crashed, and it was all caught on tape. Wow, the blades got caught in some cables there. The tail of the helicopter snapped and the chopper flipped and slammed to the ground. You hear that? The pilot was tossed around but escaped without any major injuries.
Must have been really strapped in good and tight, as he should. It's soothing when you're sick, when it's cold outside too, but researchers are now warning of the dangers from canned soup.
But first, 'tis the season to overeat. The Thanksgiving feast not only impacts your weight, but your heart. How what you wear to the table could help keep you healthier. That's next. It's the time of year some decide to give up on diets and say you'll start eating better in the new year.
No time like the future, right? If you throw a healthy eating plan to the wind for now, though, you may feel the repercussions not just on your waistline, but for your heart. Then on your side, Cheryl Tan shows you how to work around a huge test of your willpower over the next few days.
Your Thanksgiving meal by design brings together family, friends, and lots of food.
Yeah, that's the problem. People kind of tend to think, oh, this is a holiday, I can kind of break from what I'm doing. But at the American Heart Association, we encourage people to kind of stick with it, stick with their program, so they can have a fun and heart-healthy Thanksgiving.
Dinner may be the focus of the day, but Terry Arnold with the American Heart Association says don't skip breakfast or lunch. Eat something light.
Stay active. So you don't want to say, you know what, I'm going to put the sneakers away today. Or I'm not going to, go and play basketball or football. I'm just going to hang out and just sit around on the couch. No, not a good idea. You want to stay active all day long. You want to go for your regular walk, go for your regular run. That way by the time you get to dinner, you feel good about yourself.
Stay hydrated when you're not eating. That way you won't overdo it at the dinner table, although it will be tempting.
Kind of take a step back. Look at the table, look and see what is heart healthy, what is the best choice I can make. So don't go through and take a little bit of everything. Take the things that you feel that you will enjoy the most.
And Arnold's last tip has nothing to do with what you eat, but what you wear.
This is not the goal. Not at all. We suggest that you wear something nice and classy to the dinner table and not anything with an elastic waistband. And try not to unbutton your pants at the dinner table. That way you know that you've taken in the right amount of food. If you're wearing something like that, you'll be more tempted to eat more. So this is a kind of a good way and a funny way to not overeat.
It's also a way to feel good before and after your holiday meal. Cheryl Tan, 10 on your side.
That's right. Keep your clothes on at the dinner table. That's probably a very good idea.
Pajama jeans. That would be perfect if you just want to eat a bunch of food and not worry about that expanding waistline.
I'm not worried about it for one day. Hey, with all due respect to the health experts, we are now going to deep fry a turkey.
That's right. And not just because we're hungry, because this popular cooking method is a big fire risk. We wanted to show you the safe way to do it.
So 10 on your side, Stephanie Harris is out there getting it done. What do you got for us, Steph?
Well, we have this beautiful looking bird out here, and actually it smells great. I'm here with Scotty. Scotty is an engineer here at WAVY TV, but when he's not working in engineering, he's a semi-professional chef. Scotty, how many of these turkeys have you fried?
I have fried 60 turkeys.
60 turkeys? You do one every weekend? Good grief. All right, well, we've got Scotty out here as the expert for us because I personally have never done this before. Like a lot of you who might be trying it for the first time this Thanksgiving, we want to make sure people do it safe. Scotty's going to show us the right way. Plus, back here we have Anna Silva from the Portsmouth Fire Department. She is ready in case there's any mishaps. So we're not expecting any mishaps.
No,
okay.
No, we're not.
So Scotty, what have you done to prepare the bird?
What I have is I clean the turkey fine, real good, and I season it, and I inject it also with herb and butter. Cajun marinade.
Yeah, okay. And you've heated up your grease.
And I heat up my grease to 325. And what I'm going to do is slowly lower the turkey into
All right, let's do it.
The grease.
Slowly,
so here we go.
That's the key, right? Slowly
That's the key right there. You slowly lower it into the oil. As it touched.
Ooh, I can hear it.
As it touched the oil, it'll start bubbling up. So you just slowly hold it there for a moment. Until it's simmering down just a little.
This is the part that can get dangerous for the
this gets very dangerous. So you never drop it. Then just slowly lower it again. Because every time you lower it, it touches the turkey because the turkey's wet. And it can bubble up a little bit.
And if you dumped it too fast in there, all the grease could bubble over, and that's when we could have a huge fire. Okay, well that's why we have Anna back here just in case, but we are going to get this turkey fully in, and we're going to be back for you throughout the 90 minutes of news so you can see how to do this again the safe way. Stephanie Harris, 10 on your side.
Now, in high definition, your Super Dot for 10 forecast with Chief Meteorologist Don Slater.
Do we get any of that? Is it going to be done? I think so, too. Anyway, yeah, kind of an early little treat. Here's a look at what's going on right now on Super Dot for 10 Live, and we are looking at the rain exiting most of the area. You can see again, it's pretty well gone. However, got a slight chance of some rain yet during the evening hours, and we've got some wind now. We're likely to see some wind through the nighttime hours, and then it'll taper off coming up by dawn just a bit. Now, there is some rain out there in our area across the Outer Banks. You can see it moving across Roanoke Island, but it's basically falling apart. Nothing big as far as any thunderstorms or any of that going on, like we did have, of course, earlier in the day and toward the noon hour today. Now, we want to show you what's going on. Again, the bulk of the cold air has begun to drop on through the area. Got one last little upper level low right into here, and a little wind shift line that'll drop through this evening with even more wind. So it's windy now. It's going to remain windy through midnight, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and then drop off during the day for tomorrow. There was one last burst of cooler air and a stray shower and thunderstorm with it that moved on through right noontime, 1 o'clock this afternoon, right on through here. And again, that upper level low and associated little wind shift line is going to drop on through later tonight. Now, at 9 o'clock this evening, we could see a stray shower into the area. We will see wind 15 to 25 miles an hour, and temperatures are going to be on their way down. And again, you can see a stray shower or two dropping on through. 2 o'clock in the morning, 20, 25 mile an hour winds throughout the area. Still some cloud cover, definitely cloud cover across eastern North Carolina. Some cloud cover across the Outer Banks, but basically you'll clear on off pretty nicely. 10 to 15 mile an hour winds for the first part of the day tomorrow, and then winds dropping off pretty rapidly in the afternoon. Then after that, there's hardly a breath of wind. Skies are going to clear off nicely for the day tomorrow. There's not going to be that much wind, and it'll cool off slightly. It'll be close to normal for this time of year. 59 is normal. We're going to be at 58. So again, really quite pleasant weather for our Thanksgiving, but we got to get through tonight yet and some of the wind. Beautiful, beautiful sunset, but don't get used to seeing the sun or seeing clear skies anyway quite yet, because we're likely to re-cloud up overnight as that upper level low drops southeastward. We had a high today of 74 degrees in the early part of the afternoon hours, and of course we dropped on down pretty rapidly by around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You can see again temperatures upper 50s, low 60s. Camera shaking around just a bit with the winds that we've got around 25 to 35 miles an hour through the area. A little bit stronger winds right now into the Richmond area, and we've only begun to drop in terms of the temperature. Now overnight we'll drop on down very easily into the low 40s, perhaps even some upper 30s inland. Stray shower at midnight. During the day tomorrow, ta-da, gorgeous day, 58 degrees, a lot less wind. Beautiful day for Thanksgiving Day, 58, 68 coming up on Friday. We're going to be in the upper 60s all the way into the weekend, then a chance of rain for Monday and early Tuesday.
Catholic Mass is getting a makeover. We'll tell you what's changing just in time for the Christmas season.
You've heard of Black Friday, but how about Small Business Saturday? Coming up next, I'll introduce you to one local business owner who says shoppers are taking notice of small businesses this holiday season.
It's a quick and economical meal, but new research says that canned soup can be a health risk of all things. Harvard researchers studied people who ate canned soup or fresh soup for 5 straight days, and they found that those who ate the canned soup had a 1,000% increase in BPA levels, but the spike is temporary. What's BPA? Well, it's used in the interior lining of most canned soups and vegetables to keep them from rusting, and in some plastic bottles as well. But some studies have linked it to higher risks of cancer, heart disease, diabetes, and obesity.
That soup looks good. Catholics who haven't been to Mass in a while are in for a change at the start of Advent. The words will be different. The Catholic Church decided to start using more formal words and chants tied to the Church's Latin roots. Supporters say the more formal language is more in line with what God wants. Opponents say the changes will be difficult for the average Catholic to understand.
Well, later this week, you'll get a chance to see the Capitol Christmas tree before it goes to Washington. You're going to hear when and where.
And stores stalking shoppers. Which Virginia mall will be tracking your movement and how you can stop them? Next at 5:30.
Hello, Stephanie.
Hello.
Thank you. Hello, Tom.
It look okay? Okay. I was worried when we were out there, and we don't have a monitor, so can't see anything.
So it's just me, right? I'm just going to read this and then say, okay.
Yes, no.
Newport News is the only Virginia city that will host the U.S. Capitol Christmas tree on its journey from California to D.C. You can see the 65-foot white fire during a welcome event from 3 to 6 p.m. Friday at City Center at Oyster Point. You can look at the tree through a window on the transport truck. Sounds like fun. Keep it right here. WAVY News 10 at 5:30 starts.